What is up, you guys? We are back. Erica.
And Troy.
We are here with Sudden Fit, and we have a great topic to talk about today.
Yes, we're going to talk about the struggles from our perspective. From our perspective, we're going to talk about the struggles that we see within our family members, our friends, or just people in general from the standpoint of us being health and fitness gurus out here.
Yeah.
Okay? So we have 4 topics and we're just going to elaborate on them. We're going to chat. We're going to talk about it.
Yeah. And feel free to chime in the comments. Let us know, your thoughts on, your opinions on each thing too.
So, the first thing, let's talk about the lack of self-love. I have that at the top of the list, or we have it at the top of the list, because before we jump into anything, any subject, any aspect of life, this is one thing that we teach with our programs, with our content, anything. We talk about self-love. That's over everything. So speaking of self-love, we understand that people don't like the way they look.
Right, that's a big one.
What else that we see that fall under the umbrella of not loving yourself enough?
The way that people look at them, they're afraid about what people think about them.
Yep, they're afraid about what people gonna think about you.
Yep.
That's from not loving yourself enough. That's from not spending enough time with you and getting yourself and your world together before you step out into the world, the actual big world, and try to make things happen.
It even stems too as far as other people, the way people treat you. Because how you, the self-love that you give yourself or lack thereof, you're allowing other people to treat you a certain type of way, and it's not always a good way. So.
Exactly. For instance, some females think that they should be smacked up by their boyfriend because that's what they learned from their dad. They saw dad do that to mom, and generational, all of that stuff happens. So regardless, everybody's been through something in life. So regardless of all of that, our job, our eyes are out here looking and seeking for the people that need more self-love. So we express, when you wake up in the morning, look yourself in the mirror and tell yourself that you love you before you give anybody else a chance to. Tell yourself that you have enough love for yourself that nobody can say anything about you to make you believe that I'm an idiot, to make me believe that I'm not worth enough when I step out my door. Okay? That's very important, and we had to talk about that.
Yes, it's so important. One thing too, the lack of self-love, it goes deep. We can talk all day about this, but I want to touch on this. The things that we are consuming, eating, the things that we're reading, those things really play on your self-love as well. So we can definitely go deeper on that. Maybe we will in another time. But
yeah, and if I can tell you something, we are, even though we are in the health and fitness world, it's mind over matter. It's this before all the workout stuff anyway. But I'm saying this. If you're telling me that you are taking care of yourself, but you're not exercising and you're not eating right, get that out the window. I'm like, this person that is sitting here telling me this, I'm looking you dead in your eyes and I don't believe you, because I see things from my perspective. Once again though, from my perspective, but I know the definition of healthy. So it's also a fact from my perspective, from my visual, from what I see people going through. So if you're telling me that you are healthy and that you're taking care of yourself, exercise and eating better. Not great, but being good, eating better, should be in there. Okay?
Yeah. That rolls into, talking about the friends and family, getting our friends and family on board, having a healthier lifestyle. We find that is a struggle. Like, we are health and fitness coaches, and a lot of times, a lot of our friends and family don't cling on or catch on to the habits that we are implementing. So we find that a struggle in our journey, and we want to make that a better thing.
Yes. And this is the thing. I don't expect I don't expect everybody to follow me. I don't expect my family and my friends to be on www.suttonfit.com. I don't expect them to be on there just buying up all my stuff. You know, that's not what it's about. My thing is, if we respect ourselves enough as much as we say we do, then you're taking care of your body. That's through the things that we eat. That's through the things that we listen to. That's through the things that we say. And that's through our exercise. Regardless of how you find your exercise, walk with me around the block, please, wifey.
Yes, yes.
Please, Ginger, walk with me around the block. At the least, that's what I can do to keep up with my cardiovascular, to keep up with my leg muscles and things like that.
Yeah.
If I say that I love myself, there should be some healthier eating and there should be some exercising going on. And we both have family members very, very close to us smoke cigarettes, drink alcohol, not only on the weekend but through the weekdays.
Yeah.
They're on some kind of medication, whether it's from diabetes or cholesterol. We know all of the things to help you reverse your cholesterol.
Yeah.
We know how to help you naturally.
Yeah, but it all starts in the mind too. Having that mindset and being willing to try something different to change. So that is a struggle.
That's
and
a struggle.
It really is. And it's not to put anyone down or anything, but just to have more of our friends and family taking health and fitness serious.
I don't have to put you down. I'm not going to put you down. My thing is to lift us up.
Mm-hmm.
You're putting yourself down. You're putting your kids down if you're out here having kids, and you think it is because it's the way of the world. You think it's all right to go and buy your kids all the snacks that they want out of all the snack aisles. None of the snack aisles are healthy for us, and I'm not saying that I don't snack. I'm not saying this. All I'm saying is I'm trying to push on to you so that you can be in your child's life longer than what you think that you're going to be there. I'm trying to help you cut back from cigarettes because you already have a bad cough. You do no exercising, you drink, and you don't eat enough. You're taking medication for your cholesterol, and you're going to take the medicine that they offer you to help you balance your levels, but then you're going to yell at me and tell me, hell no, you're not going to change up your diet. It's backwards to me. I'm supposed to be your family member. I'm supposed to be the one you trust. We grew up together. We can go to the bar and drink together, but we can't get better together. That's a struggle for us with our friends and our family, because just like you, we love our people. And we understand that we can only do so much and take it so far, but it's a struggle. If I were to come home and stress the slightest bit, 9 times out of 10, it comes from a friend or a family member, not a stranger. Boundaries. And that's why we work. That's why we work so hard at it, because it's not an easy thing. It's not an easy thing to sit here and say that, hey, wife, I struggle with balancing my emotions when it comes to trying to help my family and my friends out because they won't listen to me. But they'll go right down the street to the liquor store and get a bottle like now.
Yeah.
I don't even know how they got the money, but they got it. They got that bottle. Okay? So like she said, I'm not knocking my people down. We're knocking ourselves down. I don't have to blow at you and knock you over.
Yeah.
I don't have to. We're taking ourselves down if we don't learn how to allow somebody to help hold us accountable until we are at that state of mind where we can hold ourselves accountable.
It's all in the daily habits.
There it is. All right, so the next thing is getting rid of excuses.
We got a running list of excuses.
All right, so we do have a running list of excuses, but we're going to give 4 of them. We're going to give 4 of our biggest excuses. All right, what's one of them?
Too tired.
Too tired for whatever reason. We'll get into it.
Healthy food is too expensive.
Healthy food. The healthy stuff that y'all be buying is way too expensive. We'll get into it.
I don't have enough time.
Don't have enough time. We'll get into it.
Work is kicking my butt.
And we work too much. Wow. Really? Okay. So, getting rid of the excuses is one thing that we see a lot of people around us struggling with.
Yeah.
Not that we're perfect. We're not the perfect ones over here. We are just, we're building habits to the good so that my habits are positive. My habits are not negative. I do have some habits that can be negative to somebody. I have a habit. This is the honest to God truth. For whatever reason, it's supposed to be nerves, but just out the blue, I'll chew on the inside of my lip. It's like, what are you doing? That's not a positive. That's not a positive. I understand that. But that's not going to stop me from doing what I got to do every single day. I'm consciously thinking about it so that I don't do it. I can do it less often, but that's not going to stop me from speaking these great words out my mouth, from shining light. Okay? So now let's go to work too much.
Yeah, that is a big one. We're slave to work pretty much. We're working 12-hour shifts and we just don't make time for ourselves at all. Like, that does not make sense. How are we going to be working all day for someone else, we tend to our families, but we're too exhausted to even give our families 100%. But we're working too much. We can't give ourselves the time that we need to show up the way that we should show up, in self-love type way. Mm-hmm. And what I'm finding is that if you find these pockets within the day, you block those out, and then that's when you do the things that you need to do for yourself. Cut everything else out and do that for yourself. But working too much is the number one excuse, I think. I'm tired after work. I work too much. You don't have time for anything else.
Yeah, and I'm not going to get too deep off into it, but I see it every single day. Every single day. Every single day I see where people don't have time to do anything else because of their work schedule. And my only suggestion is just going to be find a balance. Find a balance. Find a better balance, because that's not healthy. Yeah. And we're trying to stack habits that are healthy.
Yeah. Cutting out those things that you're doing throughout the day, because I'm sure if you write down everything that you do throughout the day, okay, work is 8 or 12 hours a day. And then what are you doing the rest of the time? You have 24 hours a day. We all have 24 hours in a day. Write down everything that you do within that day and see what is important. What's important? What is prioritized throughout that day? What's important? The most important things out of the day. A lot of times we're scrolling a lot on social media, of things that are not helping us get ahead. We're just doing meaningless things, because you're tired and that's the only thing you're going to do is move your finger. So finding those things that can go. Some of those things can go, or you can minimize those things and put in healthier habits, fill in healthier habits within that.
Yeah. All right, let's go to the next one. Let's go to healthy food. It's too expensive. Those things, that stuff y'all be buying. Oh, I went to the store, I tried to get some of that. It was too expensive. What about your brakes when they start squealing? What about that hospital and that dental bill? What about them Jordans that people be murdering each other over? Gotta have them. What about that alcohol we be buying every weekend? I said my wifey stopped drinking now it's been over 2 years now. And salute to it. I still drink. I'm not perfect. We're going to put it on the floor. If I'm going to put it on the floor for somebody else, I'm going to put it on the floor for me. But I'm not saying that balance that I need to create is too expensive. There's a difference here. You go look at my kitchen. You go look at the average person. And I'm not knocking anybody. All I'm saying is it's a struggle to help people get rid of their excuses and food is too expensive in general now. But I was hearing it before we just started hearing, before the egg prices went up.
Yeah.
Okay? So that's an excuse that food is too expensive. You'll pull through the drive-thru and spend money like it's nothing.
Add those dollars up, yeah.
You know, so.
When you put it into perspective, I find when you put it into perspective, you can see a lot better.
Yeah. And we're telling you to buy things that are going to heal your body. Satiating. Okay? Satiety. All right, this one's going to hit deep, which it's supposed to, and it's going to be the last one that we're going to give off. This one here is the spouse or partner picking up on the good habits that the other is implementing.
I love it.
That's a struggle in a lot of households. She wants to walk around the block every day to make sure she get her steps in because she don't have time to go to a gym. I want to come home from work, hadn't worked out all day. I want to sit on the couch. I want to crack a beer because I worked all day. I want to kick my feet up. That's just one example. What happens when she's stacking that habit of walking around the block every day and I'm stacking that habit of coming home sitting on the couch every day on my butt? What happens in 5-10 years of making that a habit? That's just one example. That's just one example.
Yeah, and that happens a lot, though, honestly. We see it every day. It happens a lot. And it also happens with the children, too, you know.
Mm-hmm. The food
with the children. The parents are sometimes eating better things than the children to feed the children hot dogs, but they're following this great meal plan.
Make it make sense.
It doesn't make sense at all.
Make it make sense. And then little Johnny over here eating hot dogs. Daquan over here eating rib tips. And Jaquisha over here eating McDonald's. Yeah, because my kids, neither one of them eat the same. And then the hubby, you know. So I'm not, just look at here. My job is not to judge. I'm not judging anybody. I'm just speaking somebody's life. I'm speaking somebody's truth. I'm speaking somebody's truth that if spouses are not on the same page, it make life harder for the kids. It make life harder for your relationship. That's just what it is. She's working so hard to help keep me healthy so that when she's 60 and she decide to walk and take a walk around the block, she's trying to keep me healthy so that I can take that walk with her.
It's important to know who you're in relationship with, how your goals are with health and fitness, and it'll show. So keeping that in mind.
Yeah. And those are the struggles, y'all. So with that being said, spouses, do yourselves a favor. It's doing the world a favor, and it is doing us a favor. But first of all, we started off with self-love. Do yourself a favor, spouses, partners. Hey, wifey, I see you trying to eat more vegetables. You're putting them in the meals. I really don't like the green peppers, but if you give me the red ones and the orange ones and them yellow ones, I'll do my best to eat more veggies. Because I married you, and how am I showing you that I want to be with you for the rest of my life if I'm not taking care of my health? I don't want to die early on you because of something that I could have controlled. I don't want you pushing me in a wheelchair because I decided to come home every day after work, kick my perfectly working legs up, and crack a beer every single day of my life after work instead of going on that walk with you.
That's how it is.
It's that simple. It's not hard. It's hard to break habits. It is. But that's why we're teaching each other to pick up on better habits. Let's stack these better habits and let's get rid of these ones that are not conducive to our well-being.
And one thing before we close, because I wanted to share that we didn't start, like I said before, I think I said this in the last one, we didn't start off like this. We're sharing our experiences, and we're also sharing that the things that we learned from, there's things that we have done, like, for instance, with the working out and the healthier lifestyle. Troy started personal training, years ago, and I was one of them that was tired after work, came and laid on the couch because I was so tired from serving all day on my feet. And I didn't want to work out after working a 12-hour shift. I didn't want to work out. I come and lay on the couch because I'm tired. And Troy comes in, he's all energized. I just got done with my personal, his session. And day after day, I kept seeing that. I'm like, man, he has energy. He's happy and all the things. But here I am laying on the couch every time after my shift. And eventually I'm like, let me put on my stuff and go check this out and see what's going on. See how I can be a part of this. Mm-hmm. This joy, this healthy, health and fitness, this healthy lifestyle, this energy that he has, So we are sharing these experiences with you guys. We've come from certain places, and we're just sharing things that we went through that has helped us through our relationship and through our journey in general. So it's not to bash or anything like that. It's showing you that, hey, we have the blueprint. We want to give it to you so you don't have to start off where we started off at.
And we'll all have a better understanding on where we're going from where we're at. So. Indeed. Thanks for sharing that story.
Yeah, for sure.
Thanks for sharing that story, for real, honestly. Mm-hmm. And there needs to be more of that. I'm going to be sharing a few stories myself, okay?
Don't forget to subscribe, like, and leave us some comments. Let us know your opinions, your thoughts on the different topics, and how it may relate to your life.
Because I'm excited to get down in the comments and see what y'all are thinking.
Yeah, we're going to comment back, and we can have a dialogue in the comments. So,
bang, bang.
We'll catch you later.